Hi, everybody. This would be my DMC. Hi, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Sanctuary. My personal person. My personal person. Hello, hello, hello. Come on in, come on in. Say hello, say hello. Come on in, say hello. Come on in. Hi, everyone. Come on in. Let's talk immigration. Labs, Roy. Next week. Okay, no worries. Eleanor, how are you? That's my personal person right there. The day we meet in person, we'll probably just paint the town red. Thank you. I live in jumpsuits. Like I actually have a friend who has a small boutique, and whenever she gets jumpsuits, and she would I don't get paid for it, but I wear she uses I get it for free, and then in exchange for that, she will use my photo for her marketing. So hey, it's a win-win for everybody. I live in jumpsuits. Hello, Blue Trillions. How are you? It's been a minute. We saw you here. How have you been? Hello, hello, hello. This boy be in my DMC. I'm pretty. But yo, that was a true story. Like true story. I'm like, really? Like really? I get so I have someone, Lydia, who does our social media messages. And when I tell you that, Ojuetiri, hello, Miss Gill, how are you? I responded to your email. Ojuetiri, until you one has to pee in public. You're so, like, let's call it spade a spade. Those of us who love jumpsuits, like whenever I wear jumpsuits, I don't drink too much water. Because you're going out, right? And someone like me that's got OCD, um, unless I feel like me, I'm close to peeing myself. Sorry, TMI. Sometimes I will hold it because it's a hassle to like zip and then pull all the way, and then you put it down. Your whole thing, exactly. Your whole thing has to. You have to pull the pants up too because you don't want to touch the floor. It's pretty, but but it's yeah, yeah. That's the struggle. The struggle is real. Jumpsuit's fine, but the struggle is real. It is real. Yeah. But anyway, so Lydia's here. Because she would send me screenshots and say, um, did somebody really send this message on the business platform? Like, yeah. Yeah, like when I tell people like, hey, the whole office staff just saw your private part that you decided to send to everybody, just so you know. Yeah. But I just poke fun. Everything is in fun, good fun. So whatever. Hi everyone, come on in. Hello, Miss Shahini. How are you? I should be getting to you by next week because I think. Oh no 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 no. That reminds me. There was a question regarding your case that I had to respond to. Oh shoot. Let me see. Let me scroll down. Scroll down. Okay, here we go. Um. That's good. Yes. Yes. Let us include that information. I always like when I remember stuff like this because I got a planner, but I'm someone who loves sharing with technology. While I don't do much about that. Hey everybody, just bear with me. I'm still a good old pen and paper kind of girl. Like if I'm not writing it down, I have notepads and all that, but if I'm not literally writing it down, it's like, yeah, whatever. Um, let's see. Let me go back here. Okay, I'm back here. All right. Let's talk immigration, everyone. This is Attorney Abisola Adebola Holale. Immigration attorney based in Alabama, representing immigration clients in all 50 states. Got an immigration case. If it's a case staff that we handle, we can do represent immigration clients regardless of the state you live in. I say that every single time, but it is the truth. Doesn't matter where you live. If you live in Kutuwengi, in Nebraska somewhere, I just make that up. But thank you, Illinois. As long as you want me to represent you, I represent immigration clients in all states. If your Instagram, the phone number is Miss Savannah, Illinois, Illinois. There you go. Listen, she got it on Instagram. So y'all you're all on Instagram. She got you. If you're on TikTok, if you're on YouTube and Facebook, you all have that on the screen. Contact information for those on TikTok. Contact number is 334-341-4475. Website is olaleyelawfirm.com. So that's OLALEYE lawfirm.com. Let's talk immigration. Subscribe to YouTube channel. Follow us in all other platforms. And if we can help you with immigration case, very first step is to schedule a consultation. Y'all, I survived this week. Yeah, she's our IG president. Thank you. Illinois, you need to read the comments. Hey, listen. Thank you. I don't take you for granted. And seriously, and let me just take a moment to say I appreciate you very, very much. I don't take it for granted because you don't have to. Consistently you show up, and I pray that God will always show up for you. I don't take things like that for granted, because especially when people don't have to do anything for you. Nobody owes me anything. So I thank you. God bless you abundantly. God bless you real good. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mark. So the conclusion is I'm supposed to still have surgery. So unfortunately, but yeah, she's always here. And it's my right arm. But I choose not to worry, because if I worry, I'm a big worrier, and I got that from my mother. And I am making efforts intentionally to not be that way, because I don't want my kids to turn out that, because my mother can worry till Jesus comes back. It's still, I can't lift anything heavy. So if I don't get it done, it's going to I don't want to lose the strength in my arm, God forbid. So everything else, we've done another MRI, it just would not mesh together. So it is what it is. I don't know, but it is what it is. But anyway, thank you for asking. So tonight is all of our questions, and more questions, because we didn't have enough time on Tuesday, and we didn't do lives last week. So let's get right to it. Where's my glasses? Let's see. So I'm going to start it on TikTok. I think I usually don't start on TikTok. Hello, TikTok family. Let us see, and then I will circle back. So put your questions in the comment section. Envisioned reality. Thank you. Appreciate that. Let's see. My hair. I just rebraided my hair. If you notice, maybe you didn't notice. Well, my scalp notices. It's very, because I use everything I use for my skincare is natural. I have very sensitive skin. So I make my own body butter. I've been doing that for 12 years. I started doing body butter because of TJ. TJ has very sensitive skin. My skin is just sensitive in my face. My kids have completely sensitive skin. They get that from their dad's family. And so when TJ was born, he literally break out in eyes and lumps and all that. So nothing worked. So anyway, long story short, that's how I made body butter, and it's been working since then, knock on wood. So I use the same thing for my hair. So, and then I melt it up and then use peppermint oil. So it stimulates, because I deal with migraines, and that helps me. I stimulate and it cools my brain down. So because my brain is always on fire. I have a picture that I like step by step of how I braid my hair. So if I remember, I'll put it up. And I have a very not a bad habit, because I think I need to, um, you know, trim my ends often, but I really cut my, because I don't care for long hair. That's why I always braid it up, because I'm like, I don't know what to do with it. I used to do afro, but yeah. But thank you. Which state are you in? My office is located in Alabama, but I represent immigration clients in all 50 states. God, I was eating some cookies earlier on. Thank you, ch_Usman. I appreciate that. Um, so Bookie Insurance. Let me go back there. Let's see. I don't want to miss anyone's questions tonight. Bookie Insurance. What is your question? What's your question? Hyman is in psychologist report. Same hold for that. I don't know if I understand your question. How long does it take to receive a U visa work permit? I've been waiting for a bit over 8 months. USCIS.gov/person times. Quick updates. So y'all know that we've had extension, like if you had RFE, notice of intent to deny, notice of intent to revoke, and 336 hearing for after denial of your naturalization. Y'all know that since 2020 March, we've had that 60-day extension. And for I-290B as well, there's been since November 2021, I believe there's been that extension. However, today, USCIS released their policy. There is no longer going to be additional time frame to respond to RFEs and notice of intent to deny, effective March 24th. So, starting tomorrow, if you get your notice from USCIS, RFE annoyed, and it has March 24 or after, they're going to be back to the regular 30 days or 33 days or whatever RFE would have a specific date. That will be the date that will control. But if you get a notice, even if it comes after March 24, but it's dated before March 23rd, that will still give you the extended time frame. But just so everybody knows, that's complete now. So everybody, team Milo, don't forget. Don't think you should have 60 days with anything that's coming. If it's dated March 24 or after, that's done. So be aware of that. Okay. Fifi 300, thank you. Can I decide not to change my status from permanent resident to naturalization? So can you decide not to become a citizen? Absolutely, you can. However, keep in mind, if you remain a permanent resident, which you have a right to, there's some countries actually that if you become a United States citizen, then you cannot, you have to automatically renounce that your citizenship from your home country. That's Nigeria or US, truth be told. Because you take the oath and you say you renounce, all other countries. Yeah, that's story. Yeah. Nigeria send one, could send anybody. Because, right, for instance, my kids are American citizens. They're first generation Americans, like many of your kids. We can get them Nigerian passport because they're Nigerians. So that Nigerians don't can renounce what. So most Nigerians have dual citizenship. And if you're going to Nigeria, you travel with your Nigerian passport. You're coming back to the United States, you travel with your US passport. In the story. But if you remain a permanent resident, keep in mind that, God forbid, you get arrested, you get convicted for something that is a deportable offense. As a green card holder, you are still subject to removal proceedings. Just so you know, a citizen enjoys the privilege of not being subject to removal proceedings. As a green card holder, there are very limited situations where you can vote, unlike a citizen. So there are pros and cons of being able to, naturalize rather than just stay as a permanent resident. As a green card holder, there's limited family members that you can file for. that doesn't apply. Citizens can file for basically anybody, brother, sister, mother, child, married child, whatever the case may be. So you've got to make sure that weigh your options before you make that decision. Okay, let's see. Can I remarry my American husband and file for him after divorcing my American? Can I remarry my African husband and file for him after divorcing my American husband? Okay. I don't understand that she. Oh yeah. But anyway, so disclaimer. General information. This is not anything specific to anyone's case. If you want something specific to your case, you got to pay to speak to me. That is how I make a living, and that is what, it's specific to your case. So disclaimer, general information. Generally, when you become a green card holder and you get that green card through marriage, and that marriage, and it's been less than 5 years since you got your green card, the general rule is you're not able to petition. You can remarry, but you cannot petition for a new spouse until after you have been a green card holder for 5 years. That's the general rule. The exception to that is, number one, once you become a citizen, it doesn't apply. Or number two, you're able to prove that the marriage by which you got that green card was not a sham marriage, in addition to also proving that the current marriage that you're not filing for your spouse for is not a sham marriage. So you would have to prove good faith twice, or you have to become a citizen. Other than that, you cannot file for someone. So you can remarry your African husband, but that's what you have to understand before you start filing your paperwork. Can a permanent resident file for spouse? Yes. What are the implications if I decide not to go into the interview with my lawyer? Book insurance, you're asking the lawyer whether or not you should go into an interview with a lawyer. Why would that even be a question? Like, I don't care how perfect you think your case is. I'd rather sit there with you, and not have to say anything and just make sure everything is fine, or be on the phone and listening to everything, than not to appear. That's just me, but it's up to you. Can I travel on I-551 stamp on my passport? Immigration judge granted my adjustment status. That's proof of your status. So generally you can. I don't know anything about your case, but generally you can. Okay. Can I cancel my stepkids filing after their documentary approved? Well, you're asking a question. So can you cancel a pending petition if the visa has not been granted or interview done yet? Yes, you can, as long as you're the petitioner. Okay. Let's see. Let me go back. I don't want to miss anyone's questions, and I'll circle back. Can I travel? Okay. No, I missed that. I can just haven't reached that yet. Hold on 1 second. It's been 2. No, I haven't gotten there. Okay. Do you have clients that have received a U visa work permit? Since I don't do U visas anymore, so I can't help you with that. But as far as present times, go on USCIS.gov/present times. It's been 2 weeks since my I-45 approval, but online status didn't change from approved and no card. Your status should have told you that if you don't receive your card by a certain date, call them. So you may want to call them and figure out what's going on. The status should have updated as far as your card has been mailed, whatever the case may be, something to that effect. I can't wait to be one B2 visa to the U.S. and marry a U.S. citizen. I filed my case to get fingerprint. 3, what's the rest of your question? 3 something. 3 months ago, when am I getting my work permit? USCIS.gov/present times. My spouse married me very quickly after a short marriage to another woman. Is that a problem? You may want to sit down with a lawyer to discuss your case before you start filing anything. Okay. Can my wife file for my parents in Africa? No. If you have to file for your parents. If you're not a citizen, then your wife cannot file for your parents. Are they going to process I-45 using I-95? Are they going to process I-45 using I-95? What is I-95? What are they processing with I don't understand your question. Okay. When can I file for citizenship after getting my 10 years green card through abuse? 3 years from the time you became a resident, including the time as a conditional resident. F1 visa still going to school. I-20 valid, but visa expired. How can I renew my driver's license with your I-20? Visa is just for you to come into the country. What shows that you have F1 status is your I-20 and going to school. I need help with my parents' visa interview date. You can call our office. Number is 334-341-4475, and my staff would help you give you information as far as how to schedule a consultation. We have 30 minutes. I don't think I have anything until Tuesday. So y'all pray for me. I'm just glad that my kids are self-sufficient to an extent. My oldest is 18. He's heading to college, so I don't even worry about that. Don't even know how I'm going to do when the kid goes to college, because now I have to take, because he helps me a lot with TJ. Like, we alternate taking TJ to school. If I'm working from home that day, he would take his brother to school, get him fed, but so I guess that makes it where I can just dash in that and go to different places. But it's been a crazy, crazy week, back-to-back court dates. So finally tomorrow I'm going to sit down and review so if you've been waiting on me to get your case to you, my paralegals have probably been done for a while. I just haven't had the chance to review yet, so bear with me. So if you need us to help you, consultation is 30 minutes, 130, 45 minutes, 200, and then 1 hour, 230. And if you're waiting on contracts from us, I have contracts that I still have to review, so please bear with me. We will get to everyone. So call our office, 334-341-4475. Thanks for sharing. Wendy Callie says, and I thank you for putting that out there to Book Insurance, that says, what's the implication of not going to with a lawyer? You say, I got interviewed for 8 hours. That's the mistake I did for not having my lawyer with me. So I guess that answers that question. I hope your case went well, or if it's still pending, I hope it goes well. Okay. All right. I think I have I need TikTok people. I can add more questions. See, all right, hold on. I'm going to do one batch and move to the other. Okay, wait. All right. This is where I stopped. Can you help to file asylum? Yes, we do asylum. Can I stay apart from my wife a year after 10-year green card approval? Why are you planning to stay apart? That's another question I can answer. When can I file for citizenship after approval of an I-751 10 years due to reviews? I got my 2 years in 2020. So count 3 years from when you got your green card, and then 90 days before that 30-year anniversary. What should I do for I-45 application that I sent a rebuttal for over a year ago? Write them and ask them, and then if everything else fails, sue them. Go to court and file a petition for writ of mandamus. For VAR filing, does your law firm handle the petitioner statement declaration? What we do in my firm is I have templates for a lot of things. It makes life a lot easier. It's a lot. We have a system in place that just makes it easier for handling cases. So for VAR cases, for instance, I have a template questionnaire that I give my clients. So it serves as a guide for you to write your statement. So you're answering those questions, and then one of my paralegals will be assigned to your case. Then they draft the declaration and using your words, obviously, but we put it in a format where it tells your story from beginning to end. Like my questionnaires would ask you about your sex life, especially if I don't have a whole lot of good fit evidence. What positions do you like? Listen, some people think it's, I've had clients, push back, and I understand. Being from, we're Africans, we're Caribbeans, we're very conservative. I get that. I am just a different breed. Listen, that's who I am. I always tell people that, I was supposed to be born in the United States because my personality and the person I am someone who has embraced all my femininity, and I'm not afraid. I'm not ashamed to be a very sensual person. So there's nothing I can talk about openly. If people who know me in my personal life, go ask them. They're like, you don't want to start a conversation with her. You're like, no, I have to go to deliverance. MFN, have help me. This woman has her. But that's just me. So I guess I'm pushed back, but it's about telling about your story. So we put all of that. If something makes you uncomfortable, I'll tell you why I feel it should be in there, but it's your call. And, we send it back to you, and then you read through, let us know what edits need to be made, and then, have it notarized. So short answer, yes, but it's not like we give you the information for your story. No, you have to still provide us because you're the one who went through that. You've got to provide us, but we give you a question that makes it a lot easier to go through what you need to do. Okay, let's see. Do you offer private consultation? Yes. So that's what I just said. I'm not sure if you're listening earlier on, but yes, we do. That's the one. This is a free one, but the one you pay for, it's one-on-one with me via Zoom. Can I file for a green card after my asylum has been pending for 10 years? When you say your asylum has been pending, you mean you're yet to have an interview? If you haven't had an interview, you don't have a basis to file for green card. Okay, let's see. My wife threatened to have my 10 years revoked. Okay, so what's the question? So, Wendy Kelly, so are you saying if your question is she able to do that? Here's my answer to that. It's not easy for her to just say, hey, I'm calling USCIS and you guys need to take this green card from him. However, if you're still not a citizen yet, anything can still happen. And here's why. I have someone who, let me see, this is going. Okay, sorry. I have someone who, you probably listened for a short time on TikTok, who is right now in removal proceedings because of that same issue. Because this lady, they got divorced. She got really mad and sent in some text messages that made it look like he paid her for the green card. And USCI sent him a notice of intent to rescind his residency, former residency status. And then a month after, he got a notice to appear in immigration court based on the alleged evidence she sent in. So people are mean. It's not something that happens. It's uncommon, But it's not impossible. So I would say if you qualify for naturalization, you may want to go ahead and get that done get it out of the way. How long does it take for a J1 waiver to get approved? It's taking forever now. For whatever reason, it's taking them forever. Like it's ridiculous. Okay, all right. Let me go to Instagram. This boy be in my DMs and pray. If you go in my DM, we'll be talking about. And I'm not kidding you guys. It's just that, yeah, that's the message I got. Like, oh, really? Be careful what you wish for, because some things are very costly. Some things are very costly. Hello, Dreezy. Hello from San Antonio, Texas. Paquito, my day was fine. I hope yours was good. That outfit today was fire. Thank you. It was, yes. Show some legs too. I had court, so that's my version of court. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I'm the kind of person that you ain't gonna find me in 1920s pantsuit. Ain't gonna happen. That's just not my fashion style. Like, I am too. Yeah, no, it's not gonna happen. So that's my court attire right there. Thank you, Miss Abena. I appreciate that. And then sometimes, if you want to distract if your opposing counsel is a man, you want to distract him so he can lose focus. Just saying. You gotta strategize whatever way you can to win your client's case. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Hi, Miss Shahini. How are you? Let's see. Yeah, Illinois has it. Representing in all 50 states. Number is 334-341-4475. You're not need to meet one day. I'm not even kidding. Like, I need to fly you down to Alabama. You probably wouldn't like it because, listen, especially the town I'm in, you're like, 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒂𝒏𝒕. 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒂𝒏𝒕. It's called Marriage and Family. Yeah, that's why any chance that whenever my kids are with their dad, I'm out of town. Like, unless I have work to do. If not, one little big town, like, no, I ain't doing this. Kidney. Give me your more VI. No, I deal with these southern people. Enjoy. Like, share, and subscribe. Let's see. Thank you, Adeyemi. That's fine. She be even more respect that. I mean, 18-year-old in she some weight 30 pound in weight on each and him no okay, I can do 15. What, Kindi? I may be your mother, but we're we're the same. And lo and behold, here we are. So I am Bankali. Hi, Cecilia. My friend's I-130 was approved, but her I-45 was rejected. What do you think I can do? If it's your friend's case, what do you want to do with it? I mean, help me understand. Waiting concern like we and tell you and headache Panadol. So I'm assuming it's your case. But anyway, if your I-45 was rejected, you have to find out why it was rejected. So it's not a case. That's not a question I can answer. You have to know why it was rejected. Can a person apply for VAWA if they were not legally married to a U.S. citizen and has a child from him? Now, if you're living in a state where they recognize common law marriage, USCIS is required to recognize a marriage as long as your state of residency recognizes that union as a legal marriage. But there are very, very few states, like in they're all but 5 states. So most states do not recognize you as domestic partners unless you have a legal document. So having a child with someone doesn't mean that you're married. Is medical exam always required for family-based I-45? It's not just family-based I-45. Medical examination is required for I-45 generally. Adjustment of status, you must be admissible based on medical grounds. Is there a penalty if work authorization is not used? No, there is none. So how are you making money if you're not using it? Can you reply to I-45 RFE affidavit of support? Yes, we can. Come to my office to schedule a consultation and discuss your case. If my girlfriend and her mother both have the same last name, will that be a problem when we get married and start my paperwork for a green card and work when she is a U.S. citizen? I don't see what a name has to do with anything. Did you marry mother and child? Just asking. It's been 2 years, 5 months since my marriage interview and still waiting for a decision. What do you suggest I do? Make an inquiry. If your case is outside the normal person time, make an inquiry to USCIS. Ombudsman inquiry as well. Seek the Ombudsman office help. Your congressional assistance request, demand letter. If all that fails, then you sue them. Or you just wait. Can someone get his food stamps, file I-130 for his or her spouse without issues? As long as that's a petitioner, then I don't see any potential issue with the petitioner. Shimon Perez. Happy sugar auntie, no. Oh Lord Jesus. Ati sugar auntie, ati sugar milk. Yeah. What happens if you get your work permit approved and 2 days after you get your interview date for your green card, would they still issue the work permit? They should. They should. There's no reason why they should not. I mean, they probably will mail it before you have your interview. Right, Ms. Abena, a good strategy. I mean, listen. Why did God create women? Like, well, you know, I joke a lot, right? But some things may not be joking. I mean, sometimes you got to distract people so you get what you want. Hello, God bless child. How are you? How was your day? As a green card holder, cannot bring spouse to the U.S. A green card holder can file for their spouse. Yes. I was trying to outdo myself. I'm telling you, me go respect our army. Yeah, in 44-year-old, 18-year-old, let me go respect our army. I'm trying to. Yeah. Fifth month, and my friend's lawyer is yet to file for his asylum. There's a lot that goes into filing for asylum. First of all, are the documents delayed from the person? Or what is the timeline the person gave them? What is the communication like? Where they're able to reach out. I mean, there's a lot. Everyone's law firm is different. Right? Like I already said, and I've said it here before, like we average 60 days, first of all. And that is if you give us all we need. And there's a lot that goes in. For instance, I may have to pause some people's cases because I have a deadline of asylum coming up in a week. There's a lot that goes into that. So I can't really say, but as long as the communication is open between you and your attorney, that's what really matters. So you know exactly what's going on. Yeah. When you hear your friend, just know it's a person. Be going to more. Like my friend, yeah, how many friends are gonna be? You have to understand, we are Africans. We don't talk to people about our issues. And don't fly in and out. So advance for a loan though. Am I worried about your green card? Nobody's telling you anything. I ain't telling you. Listen, before I got my green card, I wasn't telling nobody nothing. Mind your business. So what friend? But hey, listen, he said his friend. That's okay. I'm a share friendship law. Can a green card holder file for a 17-year-old child that's overstayed her visa? So as long as the child is under the age of 18, they do not accrue unlawful presence. However, if the I-130, when the I-130, so when the I-130 is approved, Now the question is, what age is it going to be approved? And then how does the child get their green card? The fact that children under the age of 18 do not accrue unlawful presence does not mean they will be able to adjust their status if they have overstayed their visa. So if your child has overstayed and the I-130 is approved, even if the child remains under the age of 18, that child will have to leave the country to get the immigrant visa at the embassy. The only difference is that child will not need a waiver of the unlawful presence as long as that child remains under the age of 18 at the time to leave. So I hope that helps. _Oluwa_mighty. I was drawing a blank. It's on my website. 30 minutes, 130, 45 minutes, 200, 230, 1 hour. I'll probably mix everything up, but yeah. Thank you, Illinois. Yes, it's right there on the website. Okay, let me go to Facebook and YouTube. Let's see. How long is the processing time to replace a lost green card? USCIS.gov/processing time. Sugar mom video cracked me. It's the truth. Like, if I was college, see, if it was sugar mommy, that would have been. I think it was. I mean, sugar milk is what I was called. But then again, I take that as a compliment. You know what I'm saying, people? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Oh, Lord. I'm enjoying this single life too much. Too much. I'll tell you what I did. I'm not sure if he's watching. I won't even mention his name. So I have a friend. So we worked together. So he didn't know what I was going to show him. And then I said, "Hey, come! I need to. We're in court this morning. We had criminal cases. It was a fiasco. So I'm like, hey, come, let me show you something." so I put up my because we went to Florida with my kids last week. So I pulled up one of my photos that I took. I didn't put this one online, and I showed it to him. Like, hey, what do you think? You think she can get as many men as she wants? And he turned red. And I'm like, oh, sorry. So he completely lost his focus. Like, you know what you're doing, girl. I mean, the guy, I was like, hey, listen, that's a powerful woman. What can I say? So I know what sometimes, like, that's what you got to do. Sometimes you can use what you have to get what you want. No, that didn't come out right. Not like use. So don't be saying, no. Wait, that's not what I'm talking about. But seriously, because there's nothing. Hey, I'm not nobody's sugar mama. I'm not taking care of nobody. No. Get off your ass and go work. Now, but anyway, I'll leave that alone. Hello, Melissa Campbell. How are you? Okay, good question. So what should you do when an immigration officer writes no EOS, no COS, no AOS in a visitor's visa? So what that means is they're recommending CBP officers says no extension of status, no change of status, no adjustment of status. Basically, for whatever reason, they believe that they're not completely convinced that you don't have an immigrant intent and that you're going to be leaving what you say you're going to be leaving. And most likely they probably gave you much shorter time, less than 6 months. So that basically is them recommending to U.S. because CBP they don't have jurisdiction over extension, change, or adjustment of status. That's USCIS. They can only make a recommendation, which is what that is. That just in case this person wants to extend their stay, they want to change their status, they want to adjust status, we're saying don't let them do that. That doesn't make any difference because as long as you are eligible for a change of status, extension of status, adjustment of status, then USCIS makes that decision. So that's that in a nutshell. Chosen Vessel, I love your username. Hi, I'm new here. Welcome. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you joining. Coming, this is a positive platform. We enjoy and keep each other company and answer immigration questions, and discuss and share victories and pray for one another. So you would enjoy it here. Ms. Bailey, you asked the same question on Tuesday, and the same answer I'm going to give you. I don't know because I'm not a psychic, so you'll have to wait for the notice and get it and see what it says. Can someone divorce after receipt of vow application and failed marriage? Nothing says you have to stay married. I just always say if you don't have to get divorced while your vow is pending, you want to live separately, but if you don't have to get divorced, because you never know. I've had cases where we've had to file based denied, and the person decided to refile, and we're able to do that because they were still married. Pinky, when will you get your green card after vow approval? You will see as those go. First in time, how long your case has been pending, and if they will decide whether or not to schedule an interview in your case. Hello, Mr. Dosu. Can F1 currently an OPT apply for it? You can't apply for them. They have to apply for themselves. I'm sure you already know that. We've discussed that. Can someone in, and I'm just wondering if it's a name that is that, I just want to put it on the screen. Can someone in removal proceedings due to asylum denial, married to a U.S. citizen, file for vow? Generally, yes. If you got married while you were already in removal proceedings, be sure to also include a bona fide exemption request with your vow petition. What is the impact of applying for EAD as a student based in economic hardship? Will it affect filing for family too? So once again, you don't file for the applicants, file the F2 themselves based on you being an F1. One of the things you have to show is that you are able to take care of your family members. So if you're claiming hardship before they apply for that, then that may affect them because that may show that you cannot take care of them. So I would rather say let them apply, get their visas first before you do that. That would be my suggestion. How does the A number on my petition that my husband filed for me affect my vow receipt date? Thank you. Alien number has nothing to do with your vow case. I'm assuming that you mean how does the priority date on your I-130, if it has an impact on your vow petition. And the answer to that will be that you can ask them to transfer the priority date. So it would be as if you had filed the vow petition as of the date the I-130 was filed. And there is the section of the Immigration and Nationality Act that supports that. So that gives you a shorter processing time compared to someone who never had an I-130 that they were the beneficiary of. Hello, Mr. 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate you coming in. Hello, Mr. Tehran. How are you? You're welcome, Ms. Campbell. You're very welcome. So I think I was able to get everyone's questions, right? I think so. Okay, let's see. Hi, do I have to file I-45 along with the I-130 for family in the U.S. already filed I-130? Depends on who the family member is, and depends on if the person who filed I-130 is a citizen, a green card holder. It still depends on what the beneficiaries are, the immediate relatives, or the preference category. So the answer to your question will be get yourself a lawyer. I filed I-130, the one that was sent 15 months ago, and I haven't gotten approval. I'm a citizen. What can I do? If your case is still within the normal processing time, you're just going to have to wait. Case in point, so one of the approvals we got yesterday was for a parent. My client filed for his dad, and we've submitted that in January 2022. And we actually got an RFE sometime in February. And then the USCIS received the RFE response on Tuesday and then approved it yesterday. So from filing, RFE time and approval was about 14 months. That's what most service centers are averaging. Some unicorn cases get approved in 5 months, but then many more, it's getting to a year. So can you apply for asylum when you're scheduled for a hearing? You have to apply. What hearing are you scheduled for? You're talking about Master County hearing, or before you have your individual hearing, you have to submit what your application for relief from removal is gonna be. Can I get my EAD approved after while I-130 pending? Made a mistake. Only applied I-130, no 45. There's no EAD that comes with an I-130. You have to file the I-45. Do you advise to file a K3 while I-130 is pending? I usually don't. I can count on one hand how many times we filed a K3. K3 is the visa that if you file for your spouse, they're outside the country and they're waiting for the I-130 to get approved, then you can file a K3, and that allows a non-immigrant visa that allows them to come in and wait with you while the I-130 is pending. But what I'm seeing, I can't remember the last time because it came to a point where whenever I-130 was never this, it didn't take this long for it to be approved. Everything changed in COVID. I've had I-130 spousal petitions approved in less than 3 months pre-COVID. So it used to be that, people were waiting, not starting to wait much longer, and then you file a K3. But then sometimes you get the I-130 approved before the K3 is approved. And then when the K3 is approved, but you already have the I-130 approval, USCIS tells you that they will not give them the immigrant visa at the embassy, because then they say, well, the I-130 has not been approved. They can just go ahead and do their regular immigrant visa process. So I usually don't advise that anymore. That's just me. But doesn't mean you can't do it. Okay. Can you get a work permit without biometrics? Yes, that happens a lot with some of my clients. Can I work with my F1 status approved, not a F1 visa stamp? You can't even work with an F1 unless you have OPT or you're working on campus. You don't want to violate in terms of your non-immigrant visa, but you don't need. So let's be clear. I think that's the third person asking. You do not need a visa to be valid in the country. A visa stamp is for you to be able to go in and out. However, well, if you're not going outside the United States, as long as that status is valid, in the situation of an F1, then your I-20 must be valid. You must be in school. You must have OPT, something that keeps your F1 status for that duration of status valid. If you're not going to, for instance, you change from an F1 to an H1B, you get the approval notice. The approval notice has an I-94 attached to it that would have your validity date. As long as you're still within that valid period, it doesn't matter whether or not you have the H-1B stamp. Where it becomes necessary for you to have a visa stamp is when you are leaving the country. In order for you to come back into the United States, you must have your visa stamp. So I hope that clarifies, because a lot of people keep asking that. You do not need a visa stamp, but to show validity of your status, but you must have proof that you are in valid status. Those are the examples of what would apply in your specific cases. Okay, so let's see. It's been a while we did video chat. Let me see. Yeah, I'm doing if I can remember how to do it. No? Okay. It's telling me probably block that. Yes, no. Oh wow. Let's see. Triple portion K. I have a question. What's your question? Put your question in the comment section. That it's a lot easier that way. Okay. How long does it take to receive EAD after new card is processing? See, we Africans and Caribbeans are the most impatient people in the entire world. I raise both hands because I am as impatient as God has made us. I already said the day God was giving people patience, I was absent, and He's just still working with me. I'm a work in progress. If it says your card is processing or ordered your new card, give it time. It's not going to appear tomorrow. Give yourself 2 weeks. Just hold on. Hold on. Give it time. Just give it time. Just be patient. If I do the spouse visa for my husband, should I submit all the information at once or as they ask? Submit all your information at once. Okay, let's see. Okay, so you are a U.S. citizen and you filed the I-130 for your mom while she was visiting. So is your mom still here? If your mom is still in the country, and especially if she has overstayed, then let her go ahead and file a 485 and be done with it, rather than go back to the embassy to now wait to be her case file to be transferred, documentary status qualified, and waiting for an interview date. Unless she's back home now. If she's back home, she's still, is she in? Did you say yes in the sense that she's still here? Yes, as in she's still here? Huh? Then file a 485 and be done with it. Unless, is she in a hurry to go back home? Is she in a hurry to go back? She's not. Father done. That's how I fight with USCIs. You should have said, "Oh, I'm going to get to that now." But file the. As I said, the file the darn I-485. So file the I-485. File her 765 and I-131. I-131. Put that in there so that if she decides, because our mothers, they. Yeah, are you guys Africans? What country is she from? Because if they get tired and they want to go home, once she has the advanced parole, that is an option for her to use that to travel while the case is still pending. If she's itchy, then Jamaicans, Africans, we're all the same. She's probably going to get tired, and so file the advanced parole as well. Get all that in because it's going to be faster here. You've been waiting 15 months, yes, but then even if you had requested for them to send it to the National Visa Center, let them know. You put it in a cover letter. She's now in the United States. She's going to be adjusting status. Please do not forward. There's no need to forward the case to the National Visa Center. She will be here adjusting status. Here's a copy of the pending I-130, and then submit everything else together. But make sure you file all of that. Make sure you include the I-131. Once her advance parole is approved, that will allow her to go in and out while the case is still pending. So that takes care of that. Okay. All right. Ghanaian wife. Awesome. Transfer your case to Sierra Leone. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that is going to be faster. That is awesome. You're welcome, Stu, 1212. Anyway, okay, people. Thank you for joining. It's been a great night. I think we got a lot of questions answered. I-130 approved. I-45 is being reviewed. My wife filed for divorce. Will the process stop? Most likely your I-45 will be denied. Most likely. Amen. Join faith with you, Ghanaian wife. I cannot wait to meet him. When he comes in, let me know. You guys have to come on the live because we've been talking about him for God knows how long. But anyway, thank you, everyone. I appreciate you guys always. Another week has ended. Do y'all think that March was like really fast? March gone March, Lonnie. Like, I mean, it was just like yesterday where it was March 1st. Today is March 23rd. It's like, what the hell? Like, it's really March. No pun intended. Um, Absolutely. Once it gets here, just let me know. Come on down. Tuscaloosa ain't far from Demopolis. Come on down. That will be awesome. But anyway, we are all in this together, people. Listen, I always tell people that, people say I get really passionate, and I get really passionate. For instance, we filed a work permit application for one of my clients, and I think I mentioned that on Tuesday. Did I? Probably did. And USA has denied it, saying that she didn't have a pending 45. I was just cussing on the phone. My client was quiet. She was like, "Oh, I didn't know you cussed that much." Because I was just frustrated. Like, this lady has been waiting for, because she had a previous attorney, didn't bother helping her to file the work permit or didn't even inquire about what. Anyway, we had to make an inquiry, find the one that had been pending, had been closed. So we filed another one, be waiting 5 months, only for them to come with this BS and say she didn't have a pending I-45. When the I-45 receipt notice was right there in the package. And my cover letter in bold uppercase font had the receipt number of the I-45 that was pending. And USCIS denied it, said let me just say, I mean, so needless to say, I sent in my letter today. And I think that letter is going to make them angry. But I wanted them to understand that you guys are complete ills where you are, because you've just wasted 5 months of somebody's life and that she could have an EAD and be working. And I get passionate about things like it because I've been through the process myself. I've been through the process. I know what it feels like to wait. I know what it feels like to be expectant and to finally get it. So, it's, yeah, I do this because I love what I do. I mean, some days I get just 2 hours of sleep because, I mean, sometimes my kids check on me so many times, like, you need anything? Is anything I can help with? Yeah, but I love what I do. I really do. Just to know that people can live their dreams, the American dream, that phrase has been beaten up so many times, but literally it's what it is. Being able to take care of people back home. There's a family that I didn't adopt her child, but there's a lady who she's a single mother now, and so she has a really rough time. And so from time to time, I will send something to her son that helps with tuition for school and make sure he's taken care of. And the last time I sent her something, she was telling me, and this is in Nigeria, and bank naira is like 400 and something naira to $1. But that she told me, no. Mr. Lasho, that is in bank. This lady was able to change the money that I sent the last time at a rate of 700 and something naira to $1. I mean, I almost passed out, like, I'll be damned. But a lot of us are here sending money back home, taking care of people that is helping them. And so not being able to have that stability or certainty of when you're going to have your own green card and all that is, it causes a lot of anxiety. A lot of people have family members waiting for interviews back at the embassy, just waiting, Ghanaian wife waiting for a husband to come. This causes a lot of separation from families. I have clients who haven't seen their kids back in Nigeria, back in Jamaica, back in the Bahamas for years because they don't have their papers and just waiting. But, my prayer is our patience and our waiting should not be in vain. All the struggle, all the prayers, all the sacrifices, all the amount of money people are spending will not be in vain. Sometimes it doesn't go the way we want, but at the end of it, let's just not give up. God makes a way where there seems to be no way. He parted the Red Sea when, the Israelites did not think there was a way. He makes a way in places we don't even see possibilities. And as long as we keep, the Bible says, I lift my eyes up to the hill. Where does my help come? It comes from God. Like I put up a post the other day. I do those inspirational quotes every morning myself. because I need them for me. The days that I just don't even feel like working, some days I get some denials and it just drains the energy out of me. But I have to keep going because I have other people that we can celebrate, and with that, hopeful, being hopeful, hoping against hope that things will turn around for other people. Um, as much as I know, as the lawyer, that I cannot guarantee an outcome. I can guarantee my work, but I can't guarantee an outcome. I can only work with the evidence you give me. But in spite of that, the goal is still to get an approval. The goal is to see that smile. Like Mr. K this week, when his ex-wife had promised him he wasn't going to get the green card, but now he's got his 10-year green card, and without her help. And that's just how God works. And I believe so much that it's not human work. It's not what I know or what I do. At the end of it, it's what God decides to bless us with. And that's why for me, anointing or Neil, and about anointing or 𝒂𝒂𝒏𝒕, then I'm not the lawyer for you. Because I know it's not my strength. God has given me the knowledge. My oldest kid today, he had a project in school, and he sent me a text, and he was like, "Hey, remind me again what's your master's degree in, what specifically?" And I haven't even thought since. So I got my master's degree in American Legal Studies in 2013. Funny thing is, I don't even remember that I have a master's degree. My point is, it's not the knowledge. It's not the knowledge. It's the drive behind it for me, knowing that it's not. I never. Sometimes they hear some of my colleagues say, "Yeah, I did that," and I'm like, to each their own. But I know that my source of strength and power, it's not me, it's God. And so there's nothing to be, yes, the reviews are great and to rejoice with you, but I'm humbled and know that it's a privilege to represent people and to be able to say that I was a little part of your journey, that God made that happen. And so God that has done it for everyone that comes on our platform, that's when we'll gather together. God that has done it for those people who were able to rejoice in spite of even when they thought the cases were going to be denied. I hope that we use that as the inspiration for all our cases, knowing that it remains that invisible God that we haven't seen, but we have seen so much of the evidence of his grandiosity, of his strength, of his favor, of knowing that all the Bible says all may see and know and consider altogether that his hand alone has done this. The day I begin to think that it's my hand that has done anything for anyone, that's the day I begin to fail. But as long as my eyes are set on him, that my power comes from and that strength comes from, I know that we'll all sing praises together and keep rejoicing one another. And I pray that our joy will know no bounds, that all the struggles we're doing, just so that our children will reap the benefit, that life will become easier for them, that God will always hear our prayer. So let's stick together as immigrants and just know that we are one another's support and draw strength from one another. And at the end of it, just pray for one another. And I know that all shall be well in Jesus' name. Bye, everyone.